held in there by Ian Campbell. Ian Kreitzer able to get it out to center, but here comes Hunter Burke for the Royals. Burke with Campbell waiting at the point, lost an edge. Here goes Kreitzer the other way, gets it forward for Bell up the left side. Zach Bell cutting in from a tight angle. Good save there by Latchford, and the rebound is cleared all the way up here. Hunter Burke giving chase for the Royals. Burke on a 2-on-2. Great back checking by Brendan Pawinski to take that puck away. Pawinski gets it by Nolan Vandenborn. Kreitzer looking for the puck, lost his skates. It's Xander Wright on the back line along with John McKillop for the Royals. Brendan Pawinski trying to get out, gives it away to Eric Winter, but Luke Bell saves the day. Now a chance in front, and the shot goes high and wide from Owen Lemieux. Another shot from the point. Bell is able to cover the rebound with a player right on the doorstep. Apologies for those Ridgetown Royals jerseys. The black numbers outlined in white on the black jersey. That was Eric Winter, was hanging out in front looking for a second bite of the cherry on that last save by Luke Bell. 18:38 to go in the first period. Bulls trying to overhaul this 2-goal lead for the Royals. Another shot from the point. Bell sticks it up into the netting. That'll keep the face-off in the Worcester zone. Wooster Bulls Hockey on YouTube, brought to you by Worcester Community Hospital and the Viola Stutzman Clinic, the official team healthcare provider of the Worcester Bulls. Will Holden, the captain, can't win the draw. Here's Matt Omachinsky trying to fight off the check from Eric Winter. Royals have been very effective with their forecheck, keeping the Bulls pinned in their zone quite often in that first period. Chance in front for Lemieux. Lemieux gets it back. He's got Wright waiting at the point. Instead gives it away. Omachinsky with his former Mobsters teammate Zach Steele, who can't stay onside. Minute 56 in. The Best Western Plus Worcester is the official team hotel of the Worcester Bulls. And the Worcester Bulls in the white jerseys, the black pants with the white socks. Ridgetown in the black jerseys, Royal pants and Royal socks. And the uniforms are brought to you by Ohio Outdoors, the official jersey sponsor of the Worcester Bulls. Back at his own blue line, it's Ryan Johnston getting it forward, looking for Tristan Pawinski. But Royals win it at center out the turnover. Looking for an opportunity, backhanded in by John McKillop. It goes wide. Colt Reynolds leaves it for Ostrander. Patrick Ostrander able to get it out to center. Gathered up there by Josh Ferrugia. Calling for the pass is Justin Shelton, the assistant coach for the Royals. And the puck is parried over the glass again by Luke Bell, bringing about another face-off to his left. 2.5 minutes into this middle period. Jeremy Vandenborn and Brody Frawley are the goal scorers for the Royals. Those goals came just 36 seconds apart. Royals track back into their own zone. Logan Schramm putting on the forechecking pressure along with Jack Greathouse. Jake Greathouse can't track down that clearing attempt. McKillop is able to get to center. Here's Josh Zopo, but the play is offside. William Davis hadn't quite got outside the zone, much to the dismay of the Bulls supporters. Just about filled up the Ellis Noble Ice Arena. A reminder that all Worcester Youth Hockey Association players can get into Worcester Bulls games for just $5 as long as they are wearing their team jersey and are accompanied by a ticket-buying adult. Jake Greathouse and Nolan Vandenborn, the second star of the week last week in the APHL on the draw. And it's Nolan Vandenborn getting it ahead to Hunter Burke. Pass is taken away by the Bulls, and then they come the other way with Logan Schramm. Ahead looking for William Davis, but it's out of his reach. Tracked down there by Ian Campbell for Ridgetown. And now Connor Lasher has come out of his crease and clear that puck to center for Nolan Vandenborn. Campbell looks for the return pass. Big heavy check on the boards. Right in front of Chance goes begging. And here's Davis tracking back. He's facing some forward-checking pressure. Royals able to keep it in. Shot for a tight angle. Hit a skate in front. Another opportunity. And Bell again got the blocker on it this time to parry it over the glass. Tim Sizemore's assistants, Jordan Romer and Mike Bell. Jordan Romer came into the building very happy as Toronto Blue Jays having won Game 1 of the World Series last night over the Los Angeles Dodgers. He grew up about 50 miles west of Toronto, and naturally it's a big Blue Jays and Toronto Maple Leafs fan. Ridgetown winning another draw. A shot from long range to the point. Bell is able to make the save while fighting off traffic in front. Now here's Sean Noah sending it in deep. Scramble out front, cleared out by Nick Chura, but that's going to go all the way down for an icing call against the Bulls with 15:57 to go in this middle period. Shots on goal in this period, 6-2 in favor of Ridgetown. They've had the bulk of the play in the Worcester zone here in this second period. And we'll have to do that again. The 2-15, Zach Bell and Eric Winter going at it. Again, Bell, a goal and an assist in last week's loss to Toledo, including the inaugural goal in the second period. About 4.5 minutes in. Xander Wright holds the puck in at the point, sends it in the corner. Puck knocked down with a high stick we play on as the Bulls took possession briefly. Dylan Myers, the number 90, tracking down there along with his opposite number, Josh Ferrugia. Wright able to hold it in. Ferrugia's shot goes well wide. Sean Noah able to hold it in. Hits the one-timer. Bell couldn't find the rebound. And finally, it's Chira trying to lift it to center. But Noah is there to keep it in. Ferrugia lost possession. Here come the Bulls the other way. This is Mike Starr with a shot well wide. Nick Chiro will look to hold it in. Took a funny bounce off the referee's door. And Brendan Pawinski is back along with Will Holden. Keep on to call you William, after, of course, the great actor from The Bridge on the River Kwai, among many other classics. Zopo has the puck, sends it in, but the Holden and Owachinski now touch up and try to put on some forecheck pressure of their own. Cross-ice pass stolen away by Zopo. Steele with him. Steele out to the point, taken away. Terrific defensive play made by Brody Frawley, the second goal scorer for the Royals. Frawley going to the net now, looking for a return pass. Instead, the Royals are dumping around. The Royals just a little bit faster tonight, and that's been a big difference. Now here's Holden, the captain, with Steele. Steele going to net. Steele with the first-time shot. It goes wide. Had the opportunity, had Latchford going the wrong way. Wrong skated him, but the shot not quite on target. Matt Omachinski, Holden going to the net now. Omachinski looking for some help for Steele. Jopa waits at the point. Instead, across here for Brendan Pawinski. Shot from a sharp angle, and the save made by Latchford is able to cover up with Holden right on the doorstep, being checked there by Sean Noah. Castle Aviation is the official sponsor of the Wooster Bulls. They've been recognized as a top aviation consultant in North Canton, Ohio, located out at the Akron-Canton Airport, just east of here. Of course, last night, the big game in Stark County, McKinley and Massillon, to close out the Ohio high school football regular season. The playoffs start next Friday. First time shot from the point. Ostrander fanned on it, gets it back from a tight angle. It goes wide. Johnston keeps it in. Tristan Pawinski with a shot, also a tight angle, but Latchford able to make the save. Only one penalty in this game. Josh Ferrugia in the first period, but the Bulls failed to capitalize. They're now 0 for 7 on the power play. First period this season, they didn't get 2 power plays. They got 2 power plays each of the 3 periods last Saturday night in Toledo. Tristan Pawinski goes behind the net for Remington Reynolds. Held it at the point there by Ostrander briefly. Now the Royals are able to break out with Jeremy Vandenboom, the first goal scorer for Ridgetown. Hunter Burke pinching in, caped it in briefly. Now a long pass ahead. Tristan Pawinski can't get it out of his skates. And Pawinski got the elbow up on Ian Campbell, and he's a little hurt, banged up, but we will play on. Vandenborn for Campbell. Tristan Pawinski putting on some forecheck pressure along with Colt Reynolds as they try to cover up by Lashford, and things get a little chippy down there behind the net. With Tristan Pawinski exchanging some unpleasantries there, but they ended up patting each other on the chest, so no harm done there. The Reynolds brothers talked to them before the game. You saw on our YouTube channel earlier out of Berea, Ohio, in Greater Cleveland, just southwest of city of Cleveland. Their mother was rather dismayed to find out that I'm a Mid-Park High School graduate. She went to what was then Berea High School, big arch rivals in Greater Cleveland high school sports until Mid-Park was closed in 2013. Brendan Pawinski able to keep it in, send it in deep. Nick Schur giving chase along with Xander Wright for the Royals. Ethan Kreitzer in there, but it's going to be Wright who comes away with it for Royal Ridgetown with 12:40 to go in this middle period. And the Royals still up 2-0. Wright able to gain the line with Winter. Also going to net is McKillop as they send it around here on the near side. And the Bulls are able to get it out to center. Shura giving chase. That'll cancel out the icing. Shura looking for Zach Bell in front, but the pass goes behind the net instead. Kreitzer. Wright getting it up the boards. And the Royals get it into neutral ice with Brody Frawley. Frawley makes a wonderful hip check there from Josh Zoppo. Nice clean hit there. Now a chance for Zoppo there again to send it around to Bell on the far side, being chased by Sean Noah. Now it's a 2-on-1 with Kreitzer. Kreitzer on the back post and Frawley. Lashford got the stick on it to break up the play. Terrific goaltending there by Connor Lashford. Both goalies playing their first games of the season tonight as both teams change from their games last week. Kreitzer sends it ahead for Holden. 3-on-2 as Steele joins the play. Holden. Now Steele with a chance to the back post, but Holden had come into the crease and didn't find it. Dylan Myers, the former Mercyhurst Laker, fights off a check-in and Steele shot is parried away by Latchford. Couple of glorious chances for the Wooster Bulls, but they can't finish as Luke Bell will have to cover that puck, and that takes out the icing as Mike Starr comes away with it. 11:15 to go in the second period. Steele looking for a chance at the boards, but getting there first with Landon Hoskins for the Royals. Myers able to pinch in and hold it as he fights off Owen Lemieux. But now the Royals will come away with it, sending it out to center. That will go all the way down on Luke Bell, who's going to cover it up to get the face-off with 10:52 to go in this second period. AgPro of Worcester is an official sponsor of the Worcester Bulls. AgPro of Worcester is your home team AgPro, with experts to help you choose the right piece of equipment to meet your needs, and they are ready to serve you. I'm Keith Kokenda. Again, thanks so much to Ben Ickes as well as Philip Hallman doing all their great work to get the stream finally up and running. And here comes a breakaway chance. It's Ryan Reynolds and Tristan Pawinski. Remington Reynolds' shot goes over the net. And it'll come all the way out to center. And the Royals come away with it. The Vandenborn brothers. And trailing the play with a shot and a save on Hunter Burke by Luke Bell. The Vandenborn brothers broke in, and they had Burke trailing the play, and he got the shot away. But Luke Bell again coming up with the big stick save. Nolan Vandenborn and Remington Reynolds, or Colt Reynolds, I should say, taking the face-off, and Colt Reynolds wins the draw for the Bulls. At center, Landon Hoskins sending it ahead. Now over here, Nolan Vandenborn, his brother Jeremy, one-timer, and Bell had to stick that one aside. Landon Hoskins pinches in from the point. Shot hit the stick of Ostrander and goes over the glass, so the puck will stay in the Worcester zone with 10:10 to go in this second period. Maverick Motorworks is an official sponsor of the Worcester Bulls. Maverick Motorworks is changing how people in and around Orville, Ohio see and receive their auto repair service. And again, it'll be Nolan Vandenborn to take the draw here. This time going against Zach Bell, and Zach Bell wins it for Josh Zoppo. Zoppo ahead for Nick Chura. Chura gains the line. Stick save made there by Latchford. Brendan Pawinski keeps it in from the point. Zoppo is going to pinch in and keep possession for the Bulls. Zoppo looking for Chura. Chura put off the puck. Chura with the backhand attempt to hit a stick in front. Brendan Pawinski. Now it's Chura again. Chura coming in from the top of the circle. Another save for Latchford. Shots are now a lot more even this second period, 8-7 in favor of Ridgetown as we reach the media timeout in the middle period. Of course, every home game for Wooster Bulls, you can purchase 50-50 raffle tickets, sponsored by Greg Orthodontist. You must be present to win. Remember to stick around at the end of the game. We'll have the MRV Siding Supply 3 stars of the game. Yeah, thanks again to Worcester Mayor Rob Reynolds, as well as the Noble family. Dave and Gail Noble all came out to drop the ceremonial, have the ceremonial face-off. Sorry we weren't able to get that on for you. But the Worcester Bulls fan base has really turned out. This place is just about full tonight. Make sure you get your tickets for home games in advance, including next Saturday. Bulls will return home. The return match with the Toledo Mobsters will be online at 7 p.m. The face-off coming at 7:30. And remember to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Wooster Bulls Hockey. Use the hashtag Bulltown Hockey. And also check out our initial podcast, Shooting the Bull podcast, available now on Spotify. Kate Krakus, who does the radio play-by-play, will join me as the host for that when we record next week. 9:38 to go in the second period. Still 2-0 the Royals on goals from Jeremy Vandenborn and Brody Frawley, about 38 seconds apart in the first period. Churro looking for an opportunity at the side of the net. Zoppo has to drop back to center ice to track that down with his defense partner, Brendan Pawinski. His pass hit his stick and taken by Eric Winter. Brody Frawley on that forecheck got in the way of that pass. They send it deep. Here's Owen Lemieux. Josh Zoppo is there first. Gets it around Nick Chura in a battle for the puck. Brendan Pawinski able to get it out to center, coming the other way. Here goes Ethan Kreitzer. Kreitzer going up against Eric Winter, who wins that puck and sends it around to the other side. Brendan Pawinski couldn't get the skate on it, and it's lifted over the glass by Brody Frawley. So that faceoff should stay in the Ridgetown zone to the left of goaltender Connor Latchford. Latchford's made 23 saves. 21 saves for Luke Bell down at the other end. Omachinski to take this draw for the Bulls. Zach Steele to his right, Will Holden, the captain, to his left. But it was Eric Winter who won that faceoff for Ridgetown. Lemieux sends it ahead, but Mike Starr is there to send it ahead for Matt Omachinski. Steele going into that. Omachinski's pass taken away by Xander Wright. Good defensive play on the back check. Holden trying to dig that puck out of the corner, and he does. Omachinski waiting for a pass. He got dispossessed, but gets it back. Omachinski to the front of the net, and the Royals are there to defend, flip it out to center, and the icing is going to be called with 8:20 to go in this second period. McElroy Packing is an official sponsor of the Worcester Bulls. McElroy Packing, conveniently located in Orville, Ohio, and strategically positioned to serve the northern Ohio areas with the highest quality corrugated products and services. And again, Eric Winter with the face-off win for Ridgetown. Dylan Myers able to pinch in from the point and keep it in the Royal zone. Now, Winter able to get it out to center and find Sean Noah. Sean Noah with a shot and a goal, and the Royals take their lead to 3-0. Second assist of the game for Eric Winter. And the mountain just got a little taller for the Wooster Bulls. Goal coming at 12 minutes into the second period. So Sean Noah on defense opens his account. They've got some scoring for the defense. So we mentioned Dakota Bond, 2 assists last week, or 3 assists last week in the win over Summit City, along with Chase Ruddy, who was 2-2-4. Now here's a chance for Logan Schramm, but he lost the puck off the blade of the stick. Jake Greathouse setting up in front, looking for a pass. Johnston tracks it down at center, who sends it in deep as the Bulls look to forecheck now. Quick pass out to center for the Royals. Here comes the assistant coach, Justice Shelton. His shot is saved, and the rebound is flicked down by Ferrugia, but Bell made that save. Bill St. John is the head coach of the Royals, but he is not dressed tonight. Troyer Signs is an official sponsor of the Wooster Bulls. Troyer Signs is your trusted wide format printer and installer. Faceoff comes out to center, where Ian Campbell tracks it and sends it in deep, where Josh Zopo is there. Zopo being forechecked has to go the other way. As we come about 7 minutes to go in this second period, the Bulls deficit is now 3-0. Here's Tristan Pawinski with a chance. Colt Reynolds with him. Reynolds can't get a stick on that. Behind the net, it's Remington Reynolds off the bench. The one-timer by Brendan Pawinski goes wide. So the Reynolds brothers and the Pawinski brothers out there with Zopo. Reynolds puts on the hit. That was cold. Zopo goes down in a heat, taken down by Brody Frawley, but we play on as the puck goes down and the icing call comes up. Tim Sizemore and his players not happy about that non-decision. So 6:33 to go in this second period. Cooper Digital is an official sponsor of the Wooster Bulls. Cooper Digital for stunning displays, extreme performance, and exceptional value. Kreitzer with a soft shot, sticked aside easily by Latchford. Bulls really trying to increase the forecheck pressure now. Starr with a big hit, but he missed the puck. And now here goes Shelton the other way. He gets dispossessed, and here comes Starr one more time. Starr gets taken down, but we play on. It's getting rough out there now. Bell sends it back, gets the return pass, gets it outside the zone, able to get by Jeremy Vandenborn, but he loses out. Here come the Royals the other way, 3-on-3. Zach Bell takes it away, sends it ahead. Here's Omachinsky with a breakaway chance, but he's offside. Oh, what a glorious opportunity that could have been for Matt Omachinsky. Instead, the Bulls remain goalless at 3-0 with 5:52 to go in this period. Period number 2. A little chirping going on between Nolan Vandenborn and the Bulls bench. He'll take the draw against Holden, and it's the captain who wins it for the Bulls. But Vandenborn gets it back. He'll send it all the way in behind Zach Bell. His brother Jeremy giving chase right now on the forecheck. Set it in front, but Holden is there to clear it away, but he sent it all the way down for an icing call with 5:35 to go. Remember to stay on after the game. We'll have some post-game interviews along with the MRV Siding Supply 3 stars of the game. Holden and Nolan Vandenborn on this draw. To the right is Luke Bell. The Bulls win it and lift it to center. Xander Wright trying to bat it back in. Vandenborn gets by one, gets by Zopo. Nolan Vandenborn couldn't get by the third player, Brendan Pawinski, able to dispossess him as Luke Bell makes the stick save on the shot from the point by Sean Noah. He'll go for a change. Bulls will get it to center. Looking for that stretch pass once again. This time it was Zach Steele up there ahead as the puck from center goes up into the net. As they cue up Bush's Machine Head, which you normally associate with the Columbus Blue Jackets. Few people wearing Blue Jackets paraphernalia, along with Cleveland Monsters gear. Eric Winter and Colt Reynolds on this draw. Owen Lemieux sending it in briefly. Royals, they kept it in the zone with Winter. Lemieux behind the net, can't get a good first touch. It'll be Mike Starr there to retrieve it for Worcester. He switches for Tristan Pawinski. Remington Reynolds with him. Tristan Pawinski. Colt Reynolds getting it on the forecheck as well, working the puck free. But the Royals able to get it out to center. Dylan Myers with a whack at it to slow up the Royals' progress with 4.5 minutes to go in the second period. Ahead, Winter giving chase. Winter trying to fight off Dylan Myers and wins that puck for Ridgetown. Across the way, it's Sean Noah with a save and by Luke Bell with the stick. Noah back at center. Xander right backtracking, sending it ahead, and the play is offside at the Worcester line. And now we're at Camp Randall Stadium as they queue up jump around. Greg Orthodontics is an official sponsor of the Wooster Bulls, sponsor of the 50-50 raffle this year. Make sure when you come to a Bulls game to pick up your 50-50 raffle tickets. Zoppo sends it in deep, held up for Frawley by Connor Latchford. Both goalies playing their first games of the season. Nolan Hacker got the win for the Royals last week. Jack Hudek took the loss in a terrific effort against Toledo. Ethan Kreitzer dispossessed. Nick Chura with a chance. Nick Chura going it alone. Nick Chura is denied by Connor Latchford. Another glorious opportunity goes begging as Nick Chura got the turnover, but couldn't get it past Latchford. Latchford has now made 26 saves. Ridgetown and Worcester tied at 26 for the shots on goal for this game. Ridgetown with the edge here in this middle period, 11-10. So the shots on goal, a lot less disparity than last week against Toledo, but the big disparity is on the scoreboard as Jeremy Vandenborn, the first goal scorer for the Royals, gives chase, fights off Nick Chura on the back check. The Bulls able to get it to center and ahead by Zach Bell. Bell will try to force it deeper as the Bulls go for a change with 3:10 to go in this second period. Omachinski fighting off a check, trying to hold it in the zone, and does. Winter is back there. Winter, terrific back checker for a forward. Now here comes Hunter Burke the other way. Hunter Burke playing on the line with the Vandenborn brothers. There's Nolan. Nolan, a big guy at 6'5". Now Omachinski fights off a check, getting it ahead to Will Holden. But the Royals take over again. Nolan Vandenborn, shot goes wide. Brendan Pawinski lifts it to center. Holding up there at the line. Now here's Holden with a chance. Holden denied by the stick of Latchford. Latchford reached out with the poke check and made the play. Holden waiting for another opportunity in the front of the net. Zach Steele couldn't dig that puck out. Omachinski holding it in. Omachinski, Holden, pad save. I'm not sure Latchford knew a whole lot about it, but he made the save to keep his shutout going. Big scramble in front, and now it's really getting nasty out there. They're all scrambling for that puck out front, and a couple of sets of fisticuffs breaking out there. Bulls getting a little bit frustrated by the inability to score. Trying to get to that loose puck, and the big stick bangs on the board. As the Bulls showing a lot of moxie and fight, trying to get the first goal. Zach Steele is going to go off for a penalty here. At 17:52. So is that it'll be the first power play opportunity for Ridgetown, who were also going in there will be Patrick Ostrander. So now the officials are going to discuss things here as we wait for the official word on these penalties. They haven't been posted yet. But it looks like the Bulls are going to be down 2 men and already trailing 3-0. And the 2 captains are going to skate over and find out what's going on here. Find it a little hard to believe that nobody for Ridgetown got penalized in that scrap. Although I'm thinking Ostrander's penalty is going to be a 5-minute major for fighting. We'll find out hopefully shortly here. Again, the Bulls back in action at home in the Alice Noble Ice Arena a week from tonight against the Toledo Mobsters, who beat them 3-2 last weekend in Toledo. And make sure you check out our Instagram and Facebook accounts at Wooster Bulls Hockey. Use the hashtag Bulltown Hockey when posting. I'm Keith Kokinda. You can follow me also as well on our Instagram follower list. Now one of the linesmen is telling some of the fans behind the glass they need to leave themselves back there. Shots are now 27-26 in favor of Worcester. Connor Latchford has saved all 27 shots. Luke Bell with 23 saves on the 26 he has faced. You can see the officials over there still discussing things amongst themselves before they call in the captains with their backs to you. Again, every Wooster Bulls game, home and away, is available here on our YouTube channel, both live and on demand. Omachinsky has also gone to the penalty box. Again, Wooster Bulls Hockey here on YouTube is brought to you by Bell Store Gas Stations, Greg Orthodontics, Bo Lacey Construction, Ohio Outdoors, MRV Siding Supply, Phil Roofing, Cooper Digital, Troyer Signs, Ag Pro, McElroy Packing, Maverick Motorworks, Castle Aviation, Best Western Plus Worcester, and Worcester Community Hospital. The 4 Royals now in the box. I have to think a couple of these are going to be fighting majors. All this coming at 17:52. It's a good thing there's some space behind the penalty boxes. The players over there, you might be able to see, they're chatting with each other, but it looks like a pretty casual chat and nothing, not the chirping we've been seeing off and on throughout this game. But you see now the officials talking with Will Holden and Nolan Vandenborn, letting them know what's going on and who's going to come away with a man advantage, if anybody. Again, there's 4 Royals in the box and 3 Bulls, so this might be a power play opportunity for the Bulls. And again, I would think that at least one player each is getting a 5 minutes fighting major. And if that's the case, I'm surprised those players haven't gone ahead and gone to the dressing room as we're down to 2:08 to go in this second period. Bulls could use a power play here. They're 0 for 7 on the season, trailing here 3-0. Well, the captains will deliver their messages to their coaches. Tim Sizemore for Worcester and Bill St. John for Ridgetown. We're close up to the bench. We can almost hear the players, but with the music playing, can't hear them. So, well, the Bulls are coming out at full strength. They have 5 players out there. Holden, Brendan Pawinski, Colt Reynolds, Nick Chura, and Zach Bell. Now they've withdrawn Brendan Pawinski, at least temporarily. Like she's coming back here just to get some water. Now Jordan Romer will have a discussion with his team getting ready to come out. So we'll see. Still waiting to see how many players come out. Again, 4 Royals and 3 Bulls in the penalty boxes right now. The officials are still just making sure the official scorer gets all the correct information. Still waiting for the penalty, so he posted on the league score sheet. Again, I want to make sure to thank Bang Nickus for all his great work to get this stream up and running after having some problems during the first period. Glad you could join us here for Wooster Bulls Hockey. Jack Hudek and Luke Bell got new jerseys this week. When we were doing the photo ops for the jerseys, you noticed that Bell's jersey had number 1 on the back, but 35 on the sleeves, and vice versa for Jack Hudek. This is something that can only happen to goalies, too, by the way. But they got those corrected for tonight. Luckily, they wore the orange jerseys in Toledo, which were correct. But right now, there are 3 Royals and 4 Bulls on the ice. So it looks like it'll be a 4-on-3 power play for Worcester. Worcester have Zach Bell, Nick Chura, Will Holden, and Colt Reynolds out there. Actually, Nolan Vandenborn joins the fray now. It's 4. It looks like it's going to be now it's Brendan Pawinski comes out well. So it looks like it is going to be 5-on-4 here as Brendan Pawinski trying to urge on this crowd to make some noise. So the 8th power play opportunity of the season is 2nd of the game for the Wooster Bulls. And the power play is brought to you by Bo Lacey Construction. Experience you can trust, done right on time at BoLaceyConstruction.com. So the Bulls will look for their first power play goal, and boy, what a big boost that would be here in the final 2 minutes of this second period, trailing 3-0. And the Let's Go Bulls chant goes up from the crowd. It's been a lively crowd here tonight, just about filling up the Alice Noble Ice Arena. Brendan Pawinski and Zach Bell at the points. Colt Reynolds at center. Will Holden to his left. And Nick Chura to his right for the Bo Lacey Construction power play. And the Royals, however, are able to win the draw. They've got Xander Wright, who's listed a forward, but is a terrific back checker out there. Getting in the way of that pass is Nolan Vandenborn, fighting off Zach Bell and able to get it out to center. Hunter Burke is also out there on this penalty kill for Ridgetown, as is Landon Hoskins. Holden gains the line. Colt Reynolds going to that sharp angle shot is denied by the pad of Connor Latchford. Check that. That's Ian Campbell who's out there in the penalty kill. Vandenborn easily able to get that pass in the way of that pass and clear. So now they got 2 penalties. They say we're going still 5-on-4 though. Here's Zach Bell. Latchford made the save. Powinski with the rebound and a diving save by Latchford to deny Tristan Powinski. They got Olmachinsky's and Killip's penalties up there, but we're still skating 5-on-4. Penalties still haven't been posted yet, so we'll have to wait for an official announcement and hopefully get that in the second intermission, sponsored by Farrell Roofing. Zoppo being chased down by Josh Ferrugia. He'll back off as the Bulls regroup. Under a minute to go in this man advantage. Remington Reynolds gains the line. Remington Reynolds wide of the net. Ethan Kreitzer can't track down the second opportunity. Now here's Kreitzer. Zoppo waiting for a pass. Kreitzer goes down to the back post. Remington Reynolds couldn't get there, and the Royals clear it again as we're in the last half minute of this second period. Kreitzer. Zoppo back there with him, along with Dylan Myers now joining the play. And it's taken away by Hunter Burke for Ridgetown. Nolan Vandenborn, he's going to go one-on-one with Reynolds, or with Myers, and it's Dylan Myers who takes it away. Here goes Tristan Powinski. Poked away from him. Cole Reynolds going to net. That will do it for period number 2. Another goal for the Ridgetown Royals to stretch their lead to 3-0 over the Wooster Bulls in the inaugural home game for the Orange and Black. Time for our second intermission, brought to you by Farrell Roofing. But we will take a break and be back with the third period. You're watching Wooster Bulls Hockey on YouTube. Again, the second intermission brought to you by Farrell Roofing.